Every hunter knows there's one time a year when the woods come alive, when mature bucks throw caution to the wind, chase does in broad daylight, and make mistakes they wouldn't dream of any other time. It's called the rut, and if you know how to read the signs, it's your golden ticket to tagging the buck of a lifetime. But here's the thing, just because it's the rut doesn't mean success is guaranteed. Many hunters head into the woods thinking the rut will do all the work, and they leave empty-handed. The truth is, the rut rewards preparation, not luck. So today, we're breaking down 5 things you must do to capitalize on the rut, strategies based on experience, deer behavior science, and the little details that separate average hunters from legends. 1. Hunt the right time, not just the right place. Most hunters know where they want to hunt. The perfect food plot, a travel corridor, or a funnel between bedding areas. But during the rut, timing matters just as much as location. Deer behavior shifts rapidly as the rut intensifies. Bucks are moving more, chasing does, and expanding their range. But that doesn't mean they're on their feet all day long. Studies show that even during peak rut, mature bucks still move most during early morning and late afternoon. That said, the rut does open unique opportunities. Midday activity spikes, especially when bucks are following estrus does. That's why the first rule of rut success is simple but tough. Stay in the stand longer. If you normally leave by 9 a.m., this is the time to push yourself to sit until noon or even early afternoon. Many trophy bucks are taken between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. during the rut, times most hunters have already gone home. Weather also plays a role. Cool, calm mornings after a cold front can send rut activity into overdrive. Windy, warm, or rainy days might slow movement, but they don't stop it entirely. Deer still have to breed, so be there when the opportunity strikes, no matter what the forecast says. 2. Focus on does, not bucks. This is the rut's biggest paradox. If you want to find bucks, don't look for them. Look for does. Once the rut begins, bucks aren't following their usual feeding or bedding patterns. They're following the does. That means every hunter who spends all season tracking a specific buck suddenly has to shift strategy. Start by identifying doe bedding areas and food sources. In the early rut, focus on areas where does gather: alfalfa fields, oak flats, and crop edges. Bucks will be scent checking these places regularly, especially downwind. As the rut peaks, does may become more secluded to avoid aggressive bucks. That's when you'll want to hunt transition zones, the travel routes between food and cover. Bucks will cruise these paths looking for the next hot doe, often covering miles in a day. If you're hunting from a stand, set up near terrain features that naturally funnel movement: pinch points, saddles, creek crossings, and narrow strips of timber. Bucks love using these routes to move quickly and discreetly while scent checking for receptive does. In short, follow the food, find the does, and the bucks will find you. 3. Use scents and calls strategically. The rut is the only time of year when you can truly communicate with a buck and have him actually believe you. But success with scents and calls isn't about making noise or pouring out lure. It's about timing, realism, and restraint. Start with grunts and bleats. Short, low grunts mimic the sound of a cruising buck and can trigger curiosity or dominance. Doe bleats work best when bucks are already nearby or during peak rut when bucks are actively seeking does. Avoid overcalling. The goal is to sound like a real deer, not a hunter testing every call in the bag. Make a few subtle grunts or bleats, wait several minutes, and watch closely for movement. If you see a buck but he's not responding, a snort wheeze can be the final trigger that brings him charging in. When it comes to scents, timing is everything. Early rut. Use doe urine or curiosity scents around scrapes and trails. Peak rut, switch to estrus doe scent to simulate a ready-to-breed female. Late rut, go back to buck dominant scents as bucks compete for the remaining does. Always use scent drags or scent wicks strategically, and remember wind direction. Bucks rely heavily on their nose. One whiff of human scent and your hunt is over. The best rut hunters know less is more. Subtle, realistic use of scent and sound can turn curiosity into chaos, the kind where a big buck comes storming in, looking for a fight. 4. Adjust your stand setup. During the rut, bucks are unpredictable, but not random. They move with purpose, covering terrain to check doe groups and mark their territory. That means your stand placement strategy should evolve as the rut progresses. In the early rut, bucks are establishing dominance and checking scrapes. Set up near primary scrapes along the edges of doe travel routes or near thick cover. Hunt the downwind side and be patient. During peak rut, bucks start roaming widely, following the scent of hot does. This is when funnels, ridgelines, and narrow timber strips become high-traffic highways. Set up where multiple trails converge, spots that give you visibility but also cover. In the late rut, focus on thermal bedding areas where exhausted bucks are resting or where the last unbred does are hiding. Food sources also regain importance as deer recover from the energy burn of breeding. If possible, hang multiple stands or use a mobile setup. This allows you to adapt to changing wind conditions and deer movement without overhunting one area. The rut changes fast. Your strategy should too. And don't forget scent control. During the rut, deer are on edge but distracted. Scent discipline, showering with scent-free soap, washing gear, and hunting with the wind can make the difference between seeing that buck at 80 yards or within bow range. 5. Hunt all day and trust the grind. This is the hardest part, the mental game. The rut tests patience like no other time of year. You can go hours without seeing a thing, and then suddenly, it all happens in 30 seconds. Bucks are unpredictable during this period. They might show up at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., or just before dark. And if you're not there, you'll never know. The number one thing veteran hunters agree on: time in the stand kills deer. Pack snacks, water, and layers. Stay as long as you can, especially during those key mid-November days when activity peaks. Use quiet gear, move slowly, and stay alert. Many hunters lose focus after a few hours and miss deer that appear silently and briefly. Trail cameras can help you build confidence. If you see midday activity, that's your cue to double down and stay put. Remember, it's not just about hunting hard, it's about hunting smart and staying mentally locked in, because when it happens fast. And those few seconds of adrenaline are what every hunter lives for. Bonus tip: learn from every sit. Even if you don't tag out, every hunt during the rut teaches you something. Deer behavior changes daily, and each observation helps you understand your property and timing better. Keep a simple log. Note the date, weather, temperature, wind direction, and deer activity. Over the years, these notes can reveal powerful patterns that no app or camera can predict. That's how great hunters get better, not just through luck, but through learning from experience. The rut is nature's chaos year, a time when instinct takes over and the biggest, smartest bucks make their rare mistakes. But only hunters who are ready, mentally, physically, and strategically, can take full advantage. So this year, don't just rely on luck or timing. Stay longer, hunt smarter, follow the does, use sense and calls with purpose. Adapt your setups. And above all, trust the grind. Because when everything lines up, the crisp air, the rustle of leaves, and that heart-pounding sound of antlers in the brush, you'll know it's all been worth it. The rut doesn't reward those who wait for chances, it rewards those who create them. And if you do everything right, you won't just witness the rut, you'll own it.